You already know how this ends. The boy flies too close to the sun. The wax melts. He falls. A warning against pride. Except that is not what the man who wrote it down actually said. For 2,000 years, Icarus has been shorthand for a single sin, reaching too high. But our oldest full account of the story doesn't say that at all. It gives a warning with two halves, names a danger nobody quotes, and hides a murder inside the wings themselves. By the end, you'll know which lesson is genuinely Greek, which was bolted on later, and why the version on every motivational poster gets the father exactly backwards. Slow! Here is the first hard fact. There is no surviving Greek poem that tells the flight of Icarus in full. The story we all repeat comes to us in Latin from the Roman poet Ovid in his Metamorphoses, finished around the year 8 of the Common Era. Earlier Greeks knew the names: Daedalus the craftsman, his son Icarus, the island where the boy fell. But the scene we picture, the father fitting the wings, the warning, the fall, that detailed version is Ovid's. So when we ask what the real lesson is, we have to read what Ovid wrote, not the caption someone added centuries later. Swell now, the part everyone forgets. In Ovid, Daedalus does not simply say, "Don't fly too high." He gives his son a route, a middle path. He warns him of two opposite deaths. Fly too low, he says, and the sea's spray will soak the feathers and drag you down. Fly too high, and the sun's heat will scorch the wax. Keep to the middle between the two. The Latin is blunt about it. Medio limite, the middle course, the safe boundary line. The danger was never the height alone. The danger was leaving the middle in either direction. The sea could kill him just as surely as the sun. And listen to how he says it. Ovid tells us the old man's hands trembled as he fitted the wings. He kissed his son. Kisses he would never give again, the poet adds. This is not a stern lecture about ambition. It is a father, terrified, begging a child to be careful. The warning is love, not moral. When Icarus climbs anyway, drawn upward by the sheer joy of flight, Ovid doesn't call it pride. He calls it the recklessness of a boy who doesn't yet understand death. Slow. The sin we hang on Icarus, arrogance, Ovid never names. Swell. Now the detail that turns the whole story inside out. Why was Daedalus trapped on that island at all? Ovid gives the reason a few lines later, and it is monstrous. Years before, Daedalus had taken in his young nephew as an apprentice. A boy so gifted, he invented the saw and the compass. And Daedalus, sick with envy that the child might surpass him, threw him headlong off the high temple of Athena. The gods turned the falling boy into a partridge, a bird that, to this day, will not fly high, that keeps low to the ground, as if it still remembers the fall. So, the master of flight was a man who once committed murder by throwing a child from a height. And now, on Crete, he watches his own son fall from the sky. The story isn't about hubris. It's about a fall that comes back around, slow. So hold that question with me. If the warning was about the middle and the father was a murderer, then what is the lesson actually about? Stay with me. The answer changes who the villain is. If you want the myths told the way the ancient sources actually wrote them, not the bumper sticker version, follow the channel. Every myth, the honest version. Now, the verdict. Here is the honest reckoning. In Ovid's text, the only full version we have, the lesson is moderation. Keep the middle course between too low and too high, because either extreme destroys you. That is a genuinely ancient idea. The Greeks prized the mean, the nothing in excess, carved at Delphi. The hubris reading, Icarus punished for arrogance, for daring to be more than a man, is real, but it's later. It grew in Roman, and especially in medieval and Renaissance retellings, where the boy became a symbol of pride, defying the gods. And the modern poster version, Shoot for the Sun, Fall Gloriously, is newer still and flips the warning into encouragement. 3 different Icaruses. Only one of them is in the oldest text, Swell, which leaves the cruelest reading of all, and it is right there in Ovid. The man who warned his son to keep to the middle was a man who, in envy, had thrown another child from a height. He, of all people, knew what falling costs. He gave the perfect advice: moderation, balance, the safe line, and watched his own blood ignore it and burn. The lesson of Icarus was never don't fly too high. It was, even the man who knows the danger best cannot save the one he loves from it. That is not a warning against ambition. It is a warning about the limits of warning itself. Daedalus buried his son and flew onto Sicily. And there the story keeps going into a revenge the myths rarely tell. How the grieving father lured the king who'd hunted him to a scalding secret death. That's the next one. The murder you've never heard about, committed by the gentlest hands in Greek myth. Follow every myth, the honest version.